First of all, the cornea and iris. Light enters the eye through the transparent outer covering called the cornea. The iris, the coloured part of the eye, controls the size of the pupil, regulating the amount of light that enters the eye. The pupil is the black opening in the center of the iris. It dilates in low light conditions to allow more light to enter the eye, and constricts in bright light to reduce the amount of light entering the eye. Behind the iris and pupil lies the lens, which focuses light onto the retina. The lens changes shape to allow the eye to focus on objects at different distances, a process known as accommodation. The retina is a thin layer of tissue lining the back of the eye that contains photoreceptor cells called rods and cones. Rods are responsible for vision in low light conditions and peripheral vision, while cones are responsible for color vision and detail in bright light conditions. When light strikes the retina, it stimulates these photoreceptor cells, initiating the process of vision. Photoreceptor cells in the retina convert light signals into electrical impulses, which are transmitted to the brain via the optic nerve. The optic nerve carries visual information from the retina to the brain's visual cortex, where it is processed and interpreted to create the perception of sight. Different regions of the brain are responsible for processing various aspects of visual information, such as color, motion, and form. The brain integrates this information to create a coherent and meaningful visual experience. Color perception is a complex process that involves both the physiological response of the eye's photoreceptors and the interpretation of signals by the brain. Light enters the eye through the cornea and is focused by the lens onto the retina, which contains the photoreceptor cells and rods and cones. Cones are responsible for color vision and are concentrated in the central region of the retina, called the fovea. Color blindness, or a better term, color vision deficiency, occurs when an individual has difficulty distinguishing between certain colors. This condition is typically inherited and is more common in males than females. The most common type of color blindness is red-green color blindness, followed by blue-yellow color blindness, while total color blindness is rare. Color vision relies on the presence of specialized photoreceptor cells in the retina. We mentioned these already. They are the cones. It's the cones that contain pigments that respond to different wavelengths of light, allowing us to perceive a range of colors. Individuals with color blindness or deficiency. There is a deficiency or absence of one or more types of cone pigments, leading to altered color perception. Protanopia refers to the complete absence of red cone pigments. People with this may have trouble identifying red objects against a green background, or vice versa. Deuteranopia involves the absence of green cone pigments. People with deuteranopia often have trouble differentiating between shades of green and red. For example, they may confuse green with red or perceive both colors as shades of gray. Tretinomaly is a rare form of color blindness characterized by a reduced sensitivity to blue light, while tritanopia refers to the absence of blue cone pigments. Individuals with tritanomaly may have difficulty distinguishing between blue and green colors, as well as yellow and red.